Hey, Mike, Anthony Joshua's looking for a coach. Can he come train with you guys here with Rafael?
Absolutely. What do you think, Coach? Yeah.
Help him get back on track.
Absolutely. Listen, you know what? I was talking he's still a young guy. He still got so much to learn. You know what I mean? He's just, he's gonna always be the future, man, because he's just a baby. You know what I mean? Started late in the game, so he's still learning.
Like empty. It didn't have the life in it, but now I feel like having the first session in here, it's good because like you kind of take the cobwebs away, you bring some life to the gym, you get familiar with the canvas and all that. It's important, you know, it is important. It depends what type of fighter you are, but as I said, every gym I've been to, I've never come to a brand new gym before and trained. I have never come to like a brand new gym where you could kind of swipe the ball and lick it, or the canvas, so it was new. So when I was an amateur, we would do the same thing, maybe travel out 2 weeks before, but I haven't done that for years. So this is the first time fighting abroad as a pro.
You know how this works? This is the number. The more you fight them, then you get better. They might win 5-0, the next thing you might win 3-0, the next thing you might beat them. You know,
100%.
just don't quit. Your guys can't get discouraged. You'll lose, you'll get knocked out. I've been knocked out, lost. When you don't quit in life, good stuff happens at the end. I know great fighters that get knocked out their first pro fight, and then they beat somebody in their 10th fight, and then they never lost again. Discipline is doing what we hate to do, but doing it like we love it. If your guys can get that working, you're gonna be something.
Inside a secret camp, Mike Tyson is pushing Anthony Joshua through some of the toughest training of his life to get him ready for Kristian Prenga.
An extra special trainer, and I love him in my team. You know, he's awesome, and I can see him being that enthusiastic because the work that he put in, and we know we put in a lot of hours of work.
With a clear mission to help Joshua reach his goal, Tyson reflects that out of everyone he has trained, Joshua's potential rises on a different level.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
He's the big man now on campus. I don't care who's out now, little guys make him out. He's the big man on campus.
Yeah.
Because the heavyweight champion's the man. Especially with a guy like that that's knocking guys out big. And he looks like the heavyweight champ. Because he got back up. He got hit with a really good shot.
Yeah.
And he got back up. And he was pretty hurt when he got back up.
Yeah.
But he pulled through.
Yeah, I mean, is that because that was the big thing with Anthony Joshua, wasn't it? Is that mentally, did he have the heart?
Oh, he got it. He got up.
Yeah,
he got up.
But what did you make of Klitschko as well? That 41 to produce that.
Listen, Klitschko performed really well, and I never counted him out during the fight.
Watching these preparations, boxing experts are sounding the alarm that Pringa could be in serious trouble when he steps in with Joshua.
It's so good to see AJ back because there were times in the last few months where I questioned whether or not he would come back and whether he should come back. There seems to be a hunger there, a drive. He's saying all the right things. He looks good. He sounds good. And I think Prenga is in big trouble. I really do.
Yeah, Kristian Prenga, 35 years old. You know, he's fought a lot of lower level fighters. I had a long study of his record yesterday.
The energy coming from the preparation is heavier than ever, and the warning for Pringa is clear. He is heading for the same fate as Francis Ngannou.
One thing that, on AJ, first of all, I agree with you. It's fantastic to have him back. I think Prenga is in trouble. Just straight out there, I think AJ goes out there, and it looks like a Ngannou performance to me, where he'll size him up with the jab and let that booming right hand go and devastate Prenga, who obviously has a punch. But I saw when Anthony Joshua took his sunglasses off yesterday, I saw Prenga realise his throat moved, and I saw him realise that he's in with a very, very devastating and serious guy who's still very ambitious, to your point. His ambition is very clear.
Coming from a kickboxing background, Kristian Prenga is confident in his ability and has even claimed he will knock Joshua out. But Peter Fury paints a very different picture. Having known kickboxers closely over the years, Fury understands just how difficult the transition to boxing can be. He does not believe Prenga brings any real threat to Joshua. Instead, Fury warns that Prenga will be exposed very soon once the bell rings and the real boxing begins.
With his background, and I know what it is working with kickboxers, and we've got an elite level kickboxer and how hard it's been to transfer him into boxing. I just don't think he's going to pose much of a threat for AJ, to be honest.
And he's going to want to work out, though, Peter. He's not going to want to sort of knock the bloke out in the first round. I mean, he probably does want to get a few rounds under his belt, doesn't he?
I think he'll have a look at him. I think he'll get behind his boxing, he'll have a look. But unfortunately, you know, I think he'll present his chin a little bit too quick.
Right.
And somebody with AJ's power, he's got destructive power, so as soon as that shot lands, it's over.
This fight for Joshua is a warm-up before stepping into the ring with Tyson Fury. Peter Fury explains how thrilling it is for Joshua to overcome this challenge and secure a win that keeps that dream matchup alive. He also highlights the politics within boxing that has prevented a Fury versus Joshua showdown during their primes, but still finds the enthusiasm at an all-time high, knowing the fight everyone craves is finally going to happen.
Politics in boxing, that's beyond our control, and at least better late than never. So at least we're seeing it. But is it a little bit too late? It probably is.
I mean, it will be a spectacle. People will want to see it.
Oh,
It will
yeah.
do fantastically well, and the guys will do very well out of it.
It's still intriguing.
Are you still excited to see it as a fight?
Yeah, of course. All the big heavyweight fights and all world title fights, especially with the crowds that will get behind this. It'll be a fantastic spectacle still.
Yeah, and it could well be the first of a couple. You kind of sense, having got there once, they'll want to do it again, won't they?
Yeah, it just depends how the first one unfolds.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's right.
But the dream matchup everyone wants to see is exactly what Kristian Prenga and his team plan to dismantle. Keith Sullivan, the manager of Pringa, insists they have a lethal game plan designed to shatter Anthony Joshua and make him incredibly uncomfortable from the opening bell. According to Sullivan, his fighter has been destroying massive heavyweights in sparring to ensure he is perfectly prepared for this moment. They are not looking to play it safe or leave it to the judges. The strategy is simple yet violent. Prenga wants a devastating finish before the final bell even has a chance to ring.
I think we got under AJ's skin just a little bit, just enough, which is what the goal was and what the mission was for that day. So we accomplished that. In terms of Prenga versus Joshua, look, KP, Kristian Prenga, understands the odds against him. He understands the doubt that's been placed on him. But he has absolutely no fear, tremendous confidence that he can win this fight. Kristian is a very heavy-handed puncher. I brought in some of the top sparring partners that we've been able to get our hands on. They have called me up and been amazed at how heavy-handed and what a hard puncher he is and how much of a beating they've been taking in sparring. So we don't need 12 rounds. We don't need 1,000 punches. We just need 1 or 2 good punches on AJ's jaw to get him uncomfortable.
From the perspective of Keith Sullivan, his fighter is going to break the jaw of Anthony Joshua. It is a bold claim, but Joshua has already done exactly that to Jake Paul in the past. Sullivan still believes that once they make Joshua uncomfortable, his fighter will completely take over the ring. The manager points out that Joshua has a history of folding when things get uncomfortable, and a heavy-handed puncher like Pringa is the ultimate test. Sullivan insists this matchup is a massive mistake for the former champion. He even warns the doubters to question why Joshua is risking everything against such a dangerous man if Pringa isn't the real deal.
Really risky fight for Anthony Joshua. And let's look at it from the other perspective. If KP is all the stuff that these naysayers say that he is, and he doesn't have a good record and he doesn't have the skill, talent, and whatever, why on earth did Anthony Joshua's team present a fighter such as KP to him? What does that say about his team and their doubt and their uncertainties and insecurities about where Anthony Joshua is right now in his career? That speaks more volumes than anything else. And I'm confident that KP can win this fight.
On the other hand, Anthony Joshua is not sleeping on his opponent. He perfectly knows what the power of Kristian Prenga brings to the table and believes this matchup makes total sense before facing Tyson Fury. Prenga possesses the kind of raw strength and punching capability that demands respect, and Joshua refuses to overlook that threat. At the same time, the former champion is making it clear that he is preparing to bring his absolute best into the ring to get the job done. Joshua is fully locked in, treating this fight with the ultimate seriousness, and expects to completely shut down the hype with a masterful performance.
Make of your opponent, Kristian Prenga.
He's good. He's good. Obviously, in the heavyweight division, there's some real live wires, and live wires that we all know about. And there's also some people like Kristian Prenga who have 20 fights and 20 knockouts, but aren't the most advertised heavyweights. But he's good, and he's going to come and show what he's all about. Not only is he physically good, he's strong. Let's find out what his purpose is to fight on July 25th. He might come with reason and purpose, which will make him perform well above what everyone expects. So I've got to be on my A game if I want to get the victory.
Backing Anthony Joshua to shock the world, Eddie Hearn is making a bold prediction. The promoter claims that Kristian Prenga represents a very real challenge, and his impressive resume proves he is an accomplished fighter who simply never got the opportunity to face bigger names until now. Hearn knows this is history in the making for the hungry contender. However, the promoter affirms that the level of motivation and preparation he sees in Joshua is unlike anything before. Hearn is completely sure that Prenga gets sparkled out cold, and then Tyson Fury is next in line to get the exact same treatment.
If we can't beat Kristian Prenga, we don't deserve to be in the ring with Tyson Fury. So yes, of course, everybody's dangerous. This guy, I actually didn't know he was European kickboxing champion. That does give me a massive bum twinge, I'll be honest with you. But this isn't a guy who's a kickboxing world champion who's never boxed before. He's got 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. Like, he's an accomplished fighter. Now, just because he's never beaten an elite world level guy, guess what? He's never fought one. Yeah. So we might be bang unlucky and he might be really, really good. But hopefully, and I believe with what I'm seeing, AJ will go out there and poleaxe this guy. And guess what? Once he does that, he's going to poleaxe Tyson Fury as well.
The resume of Kristian Prenga is undeniably impressive, with 20 wins and 20 knockouts. Being from Albania is another highly important factor in this matchup. Analysts highlight that Albanians are raised with an incredibly tough mentality, and whenever they step into sports, the excitement is off the charts. But one thing driving major questions is the location of the fight. Holding this massive event in Saudi Arabia, instead of the United Kingdom, leaves many wondering how the passionate Albanian audience will be attracted to travel. It is a risky move that could completely alter the usual roaring atmosphere that Joshua is so used to dealing with.
I saw, so he boxed about 10 months ago, and he said that he did a post-fight interview where he said, I've had a phone call from Eddie Hearn and he's going to sign me. Now, Albanian boxers, I don't know if you remember Florian Marku, who come around a little while ago, well, they have, because it's quite a disparate nation, they have so many people living in different parts of the world because it's been quite war ravaged. So when they have a sports star, their dedication and their following is absolutely
massive.
Huge.
Crazy.
Albanians are crazy nationalistic. So if you do sign Kristian Prenga, you more or less want to build him to sell tickets in the UK to appeal to that Albanian audience. So I do find it strange that he's been picked to be AJ's opponent in Saudi.
Tyson Fury once took on Arslanbek Makhmudov as a warm-up fight, and now Anthony Joshua is doing the exact same thing by going after Kristian Prenga. Analysts note that this route is highly suitable for both champions before they clash. Vidal Riley strongly approves of this matchup, calling it a smart matchmaking decision. Riley notes that facing a heavy hard puncher, who is physically stronger, provides a bit of similarity to the threat Fury presents. It is a highly calculated move designed to keep Joshua sharp while ensuring he can secure a dominant victory. This fight keeps the engine running without completely risking the multi-million-dollar showdown.
He's got a warm-up fight because it would not have been fair for him to go straight to Fury.
That's the thing. That's the main thing here. I think it's a warm-up fight. I did want him to have a warm-up fight before the Fury fight. When you're thinking about warm-up fights, there's not many people to pick from where you can keep the risk at a certain level and make sure we get the golden fight that we want by the end of the year. So it has to be smart matchmaking. And I think this is smart matchmaking. I don't know much about Prenga.
No, I've watched some videos. He's 6'5". He's not massively dissimilar to Tyson, but that's what you would want. You would want someone in the same way that Makhmudov was handy for AJ.
This idea is also echoed by Peter Fury, who believes Joshua is smart to promise his absolute best for this matchup. Peter notes that Tyson Fury brought that exact same focus against Arslanbek Makhmudov, treating it as the ultimate warm-up test. In his belief, Joshua shares this identical mindset, which speaks volumes about how calculated this step really is. It shows that while Prenga possesses dangerous power, the elite level of Joshua should theoretically allow him to handle the challenge with ease. Taking a dangerous puncher seriously is exactly how a champion avoids a disaster and ensures the mega fight stays alive.
Opponent, considering the layoff and everything else, I think he done well in it. I think Makhmudov, he is what he is. He's flat-footed. You can see everything coming, but also, you know, you've got to move and be on your A game with somebody like that. And all heavyweights take beating, especially when they come in trying to win. So it was a good fight for him back, a good 10 rounds, was it? So yeah, it's it ticks the boxes.
As the world counts on this fight to act as a stepping stone, the risk remains incredibly real. What if Kristian Prenga actually wins and completely shuts down the massive showdown between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury? What if the unthinkable happens? This dangerous situation immediately brings back memories of Andy Ruiz, a fight that remains heavily criticized. However, analysts point out that disaster was simply the result of terrible matchmaking. Joshua had spent his entire training camp preparing for the specific style of Jarrell Miller, who failed a drug test at the last minute. Many believe that sudden switch created total chaos, meaning Joshua was practically robbed of a fair chance.
Is that a risk?
So the comparison would be when AJ got done by little Andy Ruiz, but I thought that was, if you really look into that, that was disastrous matchmaking because he had been training and preparing for Jarrell Miller.
Jarrell Miller, yeah.
Who's 25 stone, big fat drug cheat, stands in front of you and throws 1,000 punches.
And now has the...
now he got a
He's got the TK as well.
And once he got popped, they stuck him in with a 5'11" Mexican who was fast hands, very good
fighter.
And he'd got robbed. He'd had a really good camp previously, so that was just a bad idea. I get that. But no, I think he will be a good, solid warm-up opponent.
Now the ideal goal that even Oleksandr Usyk has set for Anthony Joshua is to become undisputed in 2027. But major questions are still being raised. Aid Oladipo believes there was a perfect time for Joshua to achieve undisputed status if he had fought Tyson Fury earlier, or won against Usyk or Daniel Dubois. But now the challenge is even harder. To become undisputed today, Joshua needs a massive rematch with Dubois, or a dangerous fight with Ajit Kabayel, or even a clash with the rising phenomenon, Moses Itoma. The heavyweight picture has completely changed, and the obstacles have grown much larger for anyone trying to claim all the gold.
To continue to do the sport that he once dominated. Those are the questions, right? I spoke to him about the want to become undisputed. Like, was it Alexander Usyk just writing it down, or does AJ believe in it? AJ said he wants to become undisputed. He said he's done the Olympic thing, he became a world champion, he became a unified world champion. There's only one thing that's missing, and that's to become undisputed. And I said, okay, but the boxing scene is different. When you wanted to become undisputed, you really you either had to be a Fury, a Wilder, or an Usyk. Now, potentially, you have to rematch Dubois, you have to get past Kabayel, you have to see Moses Itoma, and you maybe even have to see a Frank Sanchez.
Revealing the actual development that happened behind the scenes for arranging this ideal matchup, Adi Oladipo points out how Anthony Joshua had been eyeing Kristian Prenga for a long time. Joshua actually wanted this massive fight to land on a Jaron Boots Ennis card because of the incredible East Coast appeal Prenga brings to the table. Joshua has actively watched his tapes and knows what he is up against. However, Oladipo highlights a serious alarm for the former champion. The knockout ratio of Prenga is completely undeniable, and it does not matter if he has not faced elite division names yet. The raw power is there, and it can absolutely create massive problems for Joshua if he slips up.
Everyone he's knocked out is at a very, very low level. Knockout power is knockout power. Some people will go points with some of the guys that he's put to sleep. So he clearly has power. And I've always said, I think if a 260-pound guy hits you clean on the chin, your legs will wobble and you could go down. So AJ has to be careful, but they've watched tape on this guy. Like Eddie said in the studio with us that he was going to pick Kristian Prenga for a Boots Ennis fight card because Prenga does quite a lot of tickets in the East Coast. He's kind of known as, you know, those kind of club fighters, but he does quite well, but they didn't. So he's already had his eyes on Prenga, and they've picked Prenga for a reason. To give AJ 3 or 4 rounds, AJ knocks him out, we move on to Tyson Fury.
The fight is officially locked in for the Jeddah Superdome, and the entire boxing world is counting down to July 25th. Sharing his final prediction, Ade Oladipo envisions a total 2 to 3 round demolition of Prenga. He believes that with Ben Davison training Joshua, this kind of clinical early statement is exactly what will happen if the former champion enters the ring mentally and physically right.
Where is he physically? Where is he you take everything you can. But yeah, you guys know where I'm going on this one. This is a 2 or 3 round demolition. I think AJ is going to be too sharp. I think he's going to hit too hard, and he's just far too good for this level. Like, say what you want about AJ mixing it with the top 10. Like, if it says, oh, AJ versus Bakoli or Zhang, okay, cool. Hergovich, yeah, cool. We can have that conversation of whether or not you think AJ will win or not. AJ against Prenga? No, AJ will destroy him. We hope.
Joshua and Prenga have wasted no time turning up the heat, with the tension already obvious from their very first press events. Joshua made it clear that all the warnings Prenga keeps throwing his way are only pushing him closer to his own downfall. He insisted he has no respect to offer his opponent and promised there will be no mercy once the opening bell rings. Instead, Joshua plans to bring his very best performance and remind everyone why he remains one of the division's biggest names. If his words match his actions, fans could be in for a destructive and unforgettable performance inside the ring.
Literally described everything from the planting to the canvas, to turning his hips, the right hand, on how he's talking about punching through the face of Pringa.
I'm going to punch with bad intentions, and I'm going to bite down on my gum shield and plant my feet into that ring canvas and turn my hips, and I'm going to hit him hard and see if he can survive my power shots as well.
Then told Pringa, I hope you don't respect me in the ring. Please disrespect me in the damn ring. I don't want respect. I don't want love. I want violence.
Okay.
I respect you a lot. You're a great fighter ever, brother, but in the ring, I don't have respect for nobody.
I swear to God, I said, I want you to show me no respect.
Will Joshua secure the spectacular knockout to set up the Tyson-Fury mega fight, or will Pringa pull off the ultimate heavyweight shocker? Drop your predictions in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.